Hi, welcome back to Phoenix English. In today's lesson, we are going to look at phrasal verbs again. I know everybody likes this. So again, what are phrasal verbs? Phrasal verbs are a combination of a verb and a preposition that together have a very different meaning than the two words by themselves. Today's phrasal verbs are going to be with the verb fall. Fall apart, fall out, fall behind, fall for, fall through, fall in with, fall back on. Different meanings to in and in with, back and back on. So let's start. Fall apart. Two meanings we are going to look at today. The first one is basically come apart or disintegrate or break off. So if any of you have ever cooked ribs, do you like ribs? Like big stack of ribs. Boil them, put them on a barbecue, cook them really, really well. Then the meat just falls apart, just falls off the bone. Very, very delicious. Another meaning of fall apart is to have a nervous breakdown. A nervous breakdown would be when someone has a nervous breakdown, we say they have fallen apart. They have lost control of themselves emotionally. So an example, when does a person fall apart? For example, if I had a girlfriend for a very, very long time, and one day she comes home and she says, "Bye, I'm leaving." Maybe I'll go crazy. I'll fall apart. I won't be able to work. I won't be able to sleep. I won't be able to do anything. That's not necessarily the way things would happen, but for some people, that's how it happens. They just fall apart. Okay, fall out. So I'm walking down the street. I'm happy. I'm bouncing around. Something falls out of my pocket. Basically, it comes out and falls to the ground. That's a very basic term. Fall out. Another meaning for fall out is when you have a fight or a quarrel with someone. You talk about something, you get into a disagreement, you fight, and then you don't speak to each other anymore. So basically, you had a falling out. If you want the noun of it, a falling out, a fight. Okay? So a falling out, a fight. Another meaning, a third meaning, is basically consequences. For example, in a war, there is a big bomb dropped somewhere, and then all the fallout, all the things that fell out, then all the results. The fallout for this attack was that many people were left homeless, or that many people were killed, or that the fight extended. So the fallout means the result or the consequences of something that happened, usually something bad. And then the consequences, of course, are also bad. Fall behind. Again, more than one meaning. The first meaning of fall behind means to be a little bit behind. All my friends are walking. I'm walking with my friends. They're walking fast, and I start to fall behind. So another word is lag. Lag means to be behind, not keep pace with. We also use this when we talk about debts. Like for example, you have to pay bills. Every month, the phone company sends you a bill. Then you pay it and you pay it. But one month, you missed. So then, the next month, you have to pay the last month's bill and this month's bill. But you don't have enough money, so you let a little bit more go. Now, you're starting to fall behind on your payments. Eventually, the bank will come and take your phone, take your car, whatever you have that's worth any money. That's basically fall behind. Fall for. A couple of interesting meanings. Fall for. One, when you fall for something or fall for someone, means you basically fall in love. Okay, I went to the bar, I met this girl, I just fell for her right then and there. I fell in love. I lost control. I wanted this person. But then her friend came and told me that for $50, he will give me her phone number. So I gave him $50. and he ran away. I fell for his trick. Okay? So fall for means believe something that is not true. Okay? Means believe in a trick or fall in love. Fall through. Fall through means when you have a plan or you try to do something, but then at the end it just didn't work. Your attempt failed, so it fell through. So last month, I made vacation plans to go to Florida. And then, at the last minute, my boss told me, "No, you have to come into work because there's an emergency. We need you to do something." So my plans fell through. Now, if you're walking along the street again, and there's a sewer where the water goes in after the rain, and you drop your key and they fall through the hole. So fall through. That's a simple explanation. Fall in. This is more like military. When a drill sergeant says, "Fall in," everybody stands in line in a straight line. We all fall in line. It also basically means get with the program or do what you're supposed to do. In a company, a boss, for example, a supervisor, wants all his staff to fall in line with the program. He wants everybody to understand and follow what is needed to be done. Fall in with. Basically, it's the same idea. It means you follow something, but you do it unintentionally. Okay? So, for example, if you fall in with the wrong people, you somehow join these people that you didn't really want to, but somehow it happened. So, when you hear about gangs in America, for example, a lot of these kids who join gangs basically fell in with these people because that's what was around them. And now they're gangsters. Fall back, again. I could fall back or backwards. Both okay. Fall back and fall back on are two different things. Fall back on, for example, I'm a teacher. But if for some reason I couldn't teach anymore, I also went to chef school. I know how to cook. So I can always fall back on my cooking skills to get a job. So it's like rely. Rely on something. I always have a backup. Something that I can do if something else doesn't work. Fall back also means like get behind. For example, is bills, payments. I fell back on my payments. I have to catch up now. So there you go, some phrasal verbs for fall. I'll be really happy if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you again soon.